What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knock 'em Dead Comedy for your event today.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus, and...
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock'em Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully you'll get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hi, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to the Knock'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Twitch channel. Thanks for joining us on the Twitch channel. You see the graphic right there. Please follow this page and share the link to this page all over your social medias, all over your socials, all over your social stuff. Share us all over your stuff. We're live, the Knock'em Dead Comedy Show. We're live from Governor's Comedy Club. It's Monday. It's cloudy and kind of yucky out there. So I'm trying to bring some sunshine with my favorite shirt. One of my favorite shirts. We don't have any guests in here. I have a feeling like they're just going to show up at any second, and they're all going to show up at once. Steve Beery, Tony Chirronno, they've been in here before. Whenever Steve Beery shows up, he usually brings a ton of people with him. Rumor has it, our own Tom Sanfilippo is going to be joining them today, for this show. I don't know. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they're coming. But I have a feeling they're all going to show up here at any time. So we're just going to do the show and hope they show up. So hope everybody's well. Thanks for joining us today. Hope everybody had a great weekend. How was your weekend? Was it good? We celebrated my mother's birthday yesterday. Yesterday was her birthday. She turned 126, and and we took her out to a bar so she could drink. And man, did she drink! She and of course, like she always does, she gets into a fight. It's what they do when they drink. She actually took on two people at once and smacked them around outside the bar. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Monday. Mondays are, it's a weird day because it's raining. It's a Monday, and it's the first day back from spring break for all you spring breakers. There's more traffic on the road again, and kids are in school. I don't know. And it was a beautiful week last week, wasn't it? So it was like the perfect week to just not do as much as you normally do because it was spring break. And, is today tax day? No, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow you have to get your taxes done. Well, the taxes have to be done by tomorrow. But, so we took my mother out for her birthday. She turned 78, actually, yesterday. And no, she doesn't drink. She's going to yell at me. You're telling people believe you. They think I'm drunk. We took her out to a place in Hicksville called the Rabbit's Foot, where our own Tom Sanfilippo plays there regularly, like I think twice a month, I believe he plays there. Nice place, good food, really good food, actually. They said their menu says they have the best burgers in town. Best burgers ever, says on their menu. The burgers are really good. best burgers ever, I might have to argue with them on that. But they were pretty good. So how about you guys? Let me see some comments here on the chat here. Let me see some. Tell me how your weekend was. What's going on? We also did the Green Room, live from Governor's Green Room Saturday night, and we had an absolute blast in here. There's Fremder. He just writes comments. All right. That's what I asked for. Thanks. We had a great time Saturday night in here. Lots of great comics roaming these halls. Joe Matarese was headlining in the main room. He's fantastic. He was nice enough to stop in here for about 5 minutes. Excuse me. Our pal Jay Yoder from Philadelphia, he spent some time in here with us. Of course, Jeff Bosey. Tony Landolfi came in here. Excuse me. He was on like his 6th whiskey or whatever he was drinking. He was on fire. We had a great time with him. Tony Landolfi is a lot of fun. Who else is in here? I feel like I'm missing people. Either way, it was a great time. Go check that out on YouTube. And Don and I stayed. We stayed after the show, and we watched some of the shows out there. We saw Jay Yoder's set. He crushed it. Yeah, it was a good time here Saturday night. I'm drawing a blank on who else. Oh, Mary Capone. Mary Capone was here. She actually came in and spent some time with us, which was nice because Mary doesn't get to spend a lot of time in here because she's usually hosting. And when you're hosting a show, you don't get a lot of time to relax. You got to be on top of things because you're on and off the stage so much. So yeah, so we had a good time. Me and my son started watching the new Mandalorian, season 3, I think it is. We watched, I think, the first 3 episodes so far. And I don't know, we're like, what the hell? Like, there's nothing going on. The guy wants to go redeem himself because he broke some Mandalorian rules. And so, so he's banned from all things Mandalorian. So he's trying to redeem himself. And all he's got to do is go to, like, the planet of Mandalore and, like, bathe in some Mandalorian water or some shit. I don't know. But that's the whole thing. Just him trying to get to this water. And then, of course, like, spoiler alert. I don't know. Well, I'm not giving away the ending or anything. I'm just telling you what the basis of the show is. And I'm telling you I don't like it so far. There's nothing going on. He's trying to get to the water. He's flying around and things are attacking him. That's it. That's all that's going on. That's it. I don't like it. I don't think the ending even happened yet. Well, correct. So, no spoiler alert. It's just, it's just him flying around. And the ending hasn't happened yet. They're still releasing episodes. I think they're up to 7, I think. But Zach and I are only up to, I think, 3. The other 2 seasons are great. I really like that show. So I'm hoping this picks up and gets better. Just once again, we are awaiting the arrival of Steve Beery and Tony Chirronno and this Mr. Beery's gang. Mr. Beery's is a popular bar in a town called Bethpage. It's actually one town over east of us, and the bar is directly east of us. It's on Hempstead Turnpike, and this club is right off Hempstead Turnpike. So you just go down Hempstead Turnpike east for like maybe 2 miles, and Mr. Beery's is there. It's a popular place. If you watched last Tuesday when Travis and Hugh were in here, Travis actually mentioned the place in conversation. And, he said he loves the place. A lot of great bands playing there. It's a small bar, but there's just something about it. It's a fun place. They get great bands in there. So Mr. Beery's been there for a long time. Probably close to, I think, around 30 years at least. I'll ask Steve when they show up. And Tony Chirronno, he hangs out at Mr. Beery's. He gets involved in a lot of the fundraisers and benefits that they put on at Mr. Beery's. Tony is actually the manager of the special needs baseball team that my daughter plays on. I coach a little bit. I don't get to all the games. I get to most of them. During the spring season, I'm there pretty much every game. The fall, I'm not there because I'm doing my job at White Post Farms as Farmer Willie. But, Tony's a good guy. Retired police. I say police, but it was more than that. It was a government agency. I want to say ATF, but I don't think that's right. But, yeah, great guy. Great manager for the team. Spends a lot of time on, good causes and with good organizations. So we'll be talking to him if they show up. Let's see what else we got this weekend. Let's see. Oh, so congratulations to Don Sill. The movie that we've been talking about like crazy, the movie that we've been ramming down your throats, Comic Sans. Comic Sans has been accepted into another film festival. This festival is in North Carolina on April 29th. Now, North Carolina, as you guys may have heard, if you know who Don Sill is, if you watch this show, if you watch his shows, Don is from Long Island, but back in 2002, maybe, he moved to North Carolina, and he spent a lot, most of his time there, and then he moved to Atlanta for a brief time, but he's been back here, I think, for almost 5 years now. So he met a lot of people in North Carolina, made a lot of friends. So he's excited to get the movie into this film festival in North Carolina. So April 29th, and he's decided to go down there, where he's going to see a lot of his friends. And Zach and I are going to go with him. Looking forward to that. I've barely been in North Carolina. I spent very little time there, so I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to see the film in another festival. Looking forward to meeting Don's friends. And if anybody is in North Carolina, reach out and let's maybe I can see some people. I know my pal Brian McGinnis, great comedian. He's down. He just recently moved down there. I got to get in touch with him and tell him I'm coming. But yeah. So me, Don, and Zach are going to, and we invited Bosie. He has not given us an answer yet. We don't know if Bosie's going. I don't know if, I'm a little nervous about traveling with Bosie. He's going to try and give me the reach around like a whole bunch of times. I'm nervous. So that'll be fun. We're leaving on, doing my show here on the 28th. Jen Snortland will be in that day. And then after the show, boom, we're taking off. We're driving down to North Carolina, going to spend the day there on April 29th, and then come back on the 30th. So it's going to be a fun road trip. Looking forward to it. And I'm excited to see, how the movie plays out, in the audience. It's going to be great. Really looking forward to it. Now, anybody here that wants to come down, that could be a lot of fun. We were discussing asking Andy to come with us, but Andy, as we know from this past Friday, just came back from North Carolina, got food poisoning while he was down there, and is still not the same. That was a lot of my weekend this weekend, was hearing people reaching out to me saying, what the world happened to Andy? He was all bitter and angry and tough and scary here on Friday. And he's been back for a week at that point. He was still not the same from the food poisoning. He's a fragile little bunny. Definite throat ramming from one or two characters in that movie. What? What? I love going south on Carolina. I mean to South Carolina. That was such a stretch. So, so we're heading down to North Carolina. Anybody want to come with us? Anybody want to meet us there? Looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. Fun road trip. Always a great time with Don. Love the guy like a brother. Bosie's just a great guy, a good friend. And then, of course, I get to bring my son. That'll be fun. Little father-son time. Checking out a film festival. Which, Bosie's character. Definite throat ramming from one or two characters in that movie. Oh. So one or two characters. Who's the other? Bosie's one. Who's the other? Andrew Fremder saw the movie, and I think he liked it. It was nice of him to show up to watch it. All right, so what's happening here? Oh, all right. I got a few things that involve singers, because you guys know I'm a big music guy, but singers. I got some complaints with singers and money. So the first thing I'll do, I think you guys may have heard this. This has been out for a week or so. Sean Diddy Combs he said that, that song he has, I'll Be Missing You, came out in the 90s, his song for, what was it, Biggie? In the song, he samples the Police tune, Every Breath You Take. Sean Diddy Combs was doing an interview about a week or so ago, and he said, he never got permission from Sting. I will not be missing that song. He never got permission from Sting to sample Every Breath You Take. So he said that he actually, for years now, has been paying Sting because he never got permission, so he's had to pay him. He's been paying Sting $5,000 a day for years now, and it's still ongoing, and the back door just opened. So somebody's here. Somebody's here. I don't see anybody yet. I see. There he is. But he's not coming in. I don't know what he's doing. He's standing there. Oh, I think he's on his phone. I don't know if they're waiting for me to tell them they can come in. I don't know. I don't know if he's by himself or there's more than one. I don't know what's going on. But I saw Tony Chirronno. I saw him. He's actually here. I don't know. I think somebody else just walked in. Come on. The door with the handle. Usually it's the handle that you gotta. How are you?
Blind.
What's that? Blind? Yeah.
Blind guy. Oh, yeah, see, I'm tripping over stuff.
What in the world?
What's going on?
You're tripping over stuff. You.
How you been?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing all right. Been here a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Where you been?
And, I got nobody coming today. Everyone had to bag out.
Oh, is that right?
Tommy couldn't make it. And
That son of a
I had the
bitch.
guy from Jones Crusher coming in.
Right, and
I
they
got Tony
canceled too.
with me, though, so
Yeah. Where'd he go?
he was going to go get waters.
Oh, all right. Because I got confused because I could have sworn it was him that peeked in,
Yeah.
and then I look out and I didn't see him. I just saw you. I was like, "What the hell?"
I thought you were on the air.
I am on the air.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we're on the air right now.
Right this second?
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I didn't put it on the screen, but I'll throw it up. Yeah, we're on. There he is.
I'll move on. Sit right next to you.
Yeah, sure.
Why, this is cool.
Just put this on. No, we're on.
Oh, so we're late. All right.
That's all right.
I'm on time.
Tony's always on time.
I'm actually 10 minutes early, which means I'm on time.
All right. Let's see. Hi, guys.
Hi.
What do we got? 25 years supporting
Last year's.
CISPRC. Oh, last year's benefit. Okay.
Haven't done much promotion, so this is really a big deal.
Oh, is that right? Well, all right. So that's actually what I wanted to start with. So is that what's the fundraiser this year? Is it this again?
Yep.
Oh, it is. So you do that one every year.
Yeah.
25 years. All right, there you go.
27.
27. This is the 27th
27
year.
years.
Wow. and is there? What's the history? Like, how'd you guys get into this? Is there a personal connection? Is it somebody that?
It started out. Oh, we on? Okay.
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So it started out. It was a band that were friends with us
Yeah.
that flipped their van down in Kentucky, Tennessee,
Somewhere down there.
Yeah. So we did a racket. It was like we just opened up, a couple of years before. So we did a racket for them to raise money to get their van.
Right.
We were moderately successful at it. There was a guy who played quarterback for our football team at the bar. His wife was the fundraising arm of the cystic fibrosis thing, and was there at the event. So she said, "Hey, would you do one for us?" I said, "Okay, no problem. We'll do it. We'll see what it works." So that turned out to be moderately successful too.
Nice.
So we decided to do it another year. We'll do it next year. He's still playing quarterback. We may as well do it again. All right, great. We do the show again, and at that show, a girl who went to my high school, a few years younger than me, came over, and she had a child who's now 30s, okay, who was afflicted with this. And she walked over to me and she said, "Why do you do this?" And, I don't know.
Right.
And she,
Why not do it?
her chin quivered a little, and she said, "Thank you." And, right after I, tried to choke back the giant apple stuck in my throat, I decided that we would just see this one through,
Right.
And the good side of this is that, we will, in all likelihood, in the 30 years, we only were doing it in the beginning of this to raise awareness. We never raise enough money to make a dent in anything. But
Right.
what we definitely do is make people aware of the disease. And at that point, there was no cures going on. It was a death sentence if you didn't make it till 40. That was the oldest person at that point.
Wow.
Had made it to 40 years old. That was in Canada. And these are just the things that we were learning as we were going along.
Yeah,
we have no
didn't even
clue
know
about
that.
any of this stuff.
Right.
And now they can transplant stuff. They located the gene that causes it. The research money comes in crazily. But in the beginning, nobody knew what this was. Nobody had any idea what was going on. So in 27 years, they call it great strides. This is definitely great strides. They've made some incredible progress.
Yeah.
In the development of medicines and stuff like that. So
That's amazing.
it's pretty cool. Like I said, we're gonna live to see this become like polio, see it eradicated. At least I hope so.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's been a pretty incredible situation to be involved in, and for us now it's turned into something beyond that. It goes on every year. It's like Mardi Gras. You're gonna have 20 bands in 20 hours, and they're all gonna come in, contribute to the event without without being paid. They all come in. They all volunteer. They all have to work on the schedule. It's more like a telethon than
Right.
you just running. So, and at this point we got it down to a science. It was, believe me, there was years when the chaos was just beyond my capacity for reason. And we always do it February, President's Day weekend. So the Monday we're off, and the Sunday all the musicians could be off from work. So they didn't have
Right.
paying gigs during that, because it was February. Nobody's working in February anyway. And, we could get guys to come and accommodate us to help us get through this. Due to the pandemic and the horror of that nonsense and couldn't put people in the same room and just the regular BS that goes along with that, and I don't know where anybody stands on that. I don't care, the fact that I was dodging the state liquor authority and other agency on Long Island trying to make your life, except for the police. I was with a big hand for the Nassau County PD, who understood that putting us out of business was not their job.
Right.
Okay, so they were stellar in this, So give them some kudos. But the rest of everybody that had any kind of authority, I'm doing air quotes, anybody that had authority over that stuff, it was just a pain in my ass. So we couldn't do the event, in 19 or 20. We tried to do it again. We had to move it to April. Just because. So now it's on Saturday,
Right.
April 22nd, rather than the February shit show, which is exactly that. Like sometimes it's snowing.
Right.
Like one year we had Randy Jackson from Zebra.
Zebra, yeah.
And he's a great guy. He's just stand-up cat. And when you talk about guys that are real professionals, Randy fits the bill. And the last thing this guy needs to be doing is charity work. You know what I mean? He's all over the place. So he's down in Kentucky or something playing a gig. and he's got a flight coming back, and there's 4 feet of snow.
Wow.
At this thing, we don't even know where it came from. And people are freezing outside. You're trying to go outside. It's an event for lung disease, and at that point you can still smoke in the bar. So everybody in there's firing up butts. You can't go outside. It's too cold. And Randy Jackson calls me from the gig, okay, and he calls me and he says, "Listen, I'm on my way, but they delayed my plane. Is there any way that we can move my time?" I'm like, what the fuck?
You're Randy Jackson, just walk in.
In case you didn't know, you're Randy Jackson, okay? Right. You're kind of like a star, okay? Whether you know it or not, I mean...
We'll kick Sam Flipper off the stage when you walk in.
So now he shows up like 4 hours late.
Wow.
And he goes on, and, the place goes berserk, because not only does he comes in the snowstorm, and he makes it there. So, I'm up there making it, look, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Jackson. So he goes up on the stage, and like I said, we're on a time schedule. But now the guy, the place is going nuts for him. And I say to one more, he goes, "I thought I finished nice." I'm like, yes, you finished nice. Yeah. I said, these people are going crazy. Give him one more song, please. Okay, I get it. Yes, he's just so. He has no ego at all. Which to me is, he did a show. We had a little Randy Jackson rant. He did a show for the Randy Jackson fan club in the basement of the bar one night. So it was a group of guys that love Randy, and he was going to do this show with Johnny Race. He's going to do the show in the basement, just the guys that are fans in there. So there's probably like 12 guys there. Not a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Just a small group of guys wanting to hear Randy play acoustic guitar. You would think that he was in Madison Square Garden.
Really?
He's just. And these guys are walking, they're all smitten, they're doing this kind of thing. Right. They're so happy with him. And that's the kind of cat that this guy is. He's just, hey, man, I'm here. And I'm not going to give you a half-ass show. You want to be in this basement? I'm here.
So is he coming this Saturday?
No.
I was just going to say, Randy, if you listen, and we have an empty chair.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got a spot we can put you in. Don't worry, buddy.
And who is playing?
Let's look at the list, because I have been kind of out of the loop here with everybody. All my guys are doing all the work, and I'm doing pretty much.
Yeah, I was thinking that when you said that it's crazy, sometimes crazy beyond control for you, and I'm thinking, we
got everybody. Look at Tony's doing
the guy that does all the work.
Chinese auction. There's Gail and Lee and Candace and Priya and 15 other volunteers running around selling shit. There's guys volunteering to cook. It's a big deal,
right?
And there's a lot of moving parts.
Many years.
Yeah, same people. When somebody leaves, somebody just fills right in for them. It's really communal. It's one of those things that if you're not at Mr. Beery's, you're not pulling this off. That's pretty much how.
Well, that's what I was saying before you guys got here. Just talking about your bar, and just it's just one of the most beloved places on Long Island. I mean,
we're pretty lucky.
Yeah.
And look, you could go on all day about fluffing yourself, but for me,
I could go on all day fluffing myself.
It's a lot like fluffing. I'm old now. It's not as fluffy as it used to be. The trick to that place has been, I'm not really good at anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of work by the seat of my pants most of the time. But what I'm really good at is hiring good people. I have had, without question, the best staff forever. For 30 years, we've been. Nobody lasts 30 years at this point. Whatever happens to me now, who gives a shit? 30 years, okay? So I win.
Wow, 30 years. Good for you, man.
Yeah, we just celebrated that party.
Wow.
But the crews that have been members of this lodge, for lack of a better word, have been incredible for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like from the first week we opened until now. So we got a really good crew now. I got, Kev's managing a little bit, taking care of, taking the heat off me. So I'm kind of more of a, I'm really like the guy that sits in the corner now. I used to have my hands on everything, and now
Right.
I can sit back and watch, my crew, my son, my number one guy is Kev. There's a whole bunch of Mike Longo, the sound guy, has trained up. Like I'm totally, believe me, I'm not bragging. I am just stating facts at this point.
But you'll still be making the hot dogs on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be doing everything. I'm going to try to bring a chair next to the stage because I can't get up and down it that many times. I got to MC the thing the whole day. So that's going to be kind of a lot of work for me. But Longo, the sound guy, okay, is not only, as far as I'm concerned, the best guy on Long Island and, willing to debate that with you. He trains all the other guys that come in there to do the sound to be as good as him. There's no okay, you're kind of all right. You gotta be in his wheelhouse, or he won't let you behind that board. And we just got some new speakers for the event. The place sounds great. It's all wood, and, little things cutting in. So the room, again, I'm not blowing smoke up my own behind here. I'm telling you, it sounds better than any room on Long Island. That's,
I mean, every single band that's ever played there loves playing there.
Yeah.
In fact, even comedians. Travis Grant was in here last week.
Yes.
And he just happened to mention the place. I said, "Oh, Steve's coming in on Monday." He said, "Please tell him I said hello."
Yeah, he's a good kid, man.
You know Travis?
Yeah, he's one of Greg's buddies. Good guy. Real good kid.
Yes, I think I do.
Yeah. Okay.
I never got
Good
to
guy.
see his action. I'm wondering. So let's talk about the bands that are actually playing.
All right.
'Cause I don't know. I'm going to tell you the truth. I had nothing to do with booking these, okay, because that's not what I did. And like when we first started this, I booked everybody. I did everything. And at this point, like I am incapable of doing the work that goes into this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's crazy. So Longo took care of all of this stuff. Kev took care of all the logistical shit that goes on during the event. It should be a monster, but so the thing kicks off at 12 sharp with Glenn Strange. They're a new band to us. I think these guys are kids. They're young guys.
Okay.
We try to get anybody young or anybody who's got anybody who's going to bring kids along.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
a good
thing.
idea.
You got to be on early and you got to be out early. I
Right.
can't have you in there past 7 o'clock. So you got to
Right.
kind of work that in. But it's a family event, so, get them a hot dog and keep an eye on them.
Right.
Once the sun goes down, all bets
Once they
are
start
off.
running around, they go behind the bar or something.
Yeah, you can't.
We're allowed to kick them.
Yeah. yeah. Then they become dogs. Let's see who's after. Next is the Johnny Nile Band. Who's that? Do we know anything about them, Tone?
I could pull it up.
That's what I love about having Tony. He was like a research.
Oh,
man.
he's the best.
Followed by El Kabong, Sweet Blues Band, Rebar. They're new to me. The Band of Dwellers, always killer. They've been playing this since they're about 11. no kidding. Like we're there 30 years, so some of the bands have actually been there since they're teenagers.
Wow.
It's great. The Electric Dudes, we all know them. Dave Soul. The Rodeo Clowns, that's Straight Line. You probably had him in here.
Yeah, I think
What's it say there?
A songwriter from Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Original songs, I imagine.
Yes.
And there's the entire list that you're reading, except with descriptions. Of
Oh,
what they
nice.
play.
I'm going to get to see him, so I'll just let you help me.
Okay.
The most of the bands are original. Okay. There'll be some cover guys floating in there because
Sure.
it's because the nature of the event, they just want to be at it. But
Right.
basically, Beery's and Mr. Beery's in general is an original music venue. So we try to promote and have been promoting original acts the whole ride. So some of the acts that come in the beginning, the rules were you had to do 50% original no matter what. So you could come in, you could play there, and we loved the mix, but you had to do 50% original to be on the stage. And now we've morphed into whatever we do now, but I don't know anybody else that makes
I was just thinking that, right, because especially these days, tribute band,
Oh, yeah, it's tribute band heaven. And we got some real good ones come through, but like...
no, that's great. I'm sure a lot of these guys are dying to get the originals out there.
Yeah, that's
cool.
that's what we want. So the dudes are covering that. Things Unknown are going to be there. That's a good act. The Rodeo Clowns, I said already. Sporkfly, don't know what they do.
Sporkfly?
Sporkfly, yes, I'm reading that right.
Sounds dirty.
Yeah, it does sound pretty. The Dave Christian parts, we had Dave in here last time. We did it. Dave and Georgia were here.
Yep.
Their new project is fantastic. Dave Christian, probably one of the greatest voices to come from Long Island. He's really talented, like a super talented cat. Wrecked, they're that's when we start getting into our heavier stuff starting the evening.
Yeah.
My Summer's Longo's band, the sound guy's actual band, they're incredible. They've been playing there since they're kids too. Steve and the Not Steves, they're going to be there. Sharp Violet, they're outstanding too. Both of these bands, they play together a lot. They're a good combo. Jones Crusher, that's what Shawnee was supposed to be here today with me. He broke his tooth. So, we're going to, please, Shawnee, if you're out there listening, heal.
It was the tooth and not the
right.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of excuses why somebody couldn't be in here. That's a first.
That's a pilot program will be here. That's Joe Hess's gang, right? Is that Joe Hess? Yeah. That's a great act, all original. Grastopia, that's one of our guys that does all kinds of cool stuff.
As well as sound.
Yep. Bad Mary, Secret Ion, I think they played there this week. They were great. And Sunday Morning Band. Now, where's Sam Filippo? I thought he was.
I was just about to ask, where is he?
He's not on.
He's not
Sam
on this
Filippo's not
yet.
playing?
No, I guess not.
What the hell?
But you know what?
Scheduling conflict.
The guy
Son of a bitch.
plays just to give Sam Filippo a pass here. Okay, he's done every single free event that we've done since time began.
Right.
You know, I've been watching his band since he's like 9 years old. So I got kind of a connection to the guy besides, being musically connected. And he's like the James Brown of the Grateful Dead circuit. He's the hardest working man in music. Like, the guy never stops.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
The reason he can't do all gigs is because he probably has 11 other gigs to do. It's Saturday, I got 11 gigs. Sorry, I can't play. But this is the confusion on this is definitely taking it off of that February day. Now puts us in jeopardy for some of the acts because these guys are working,
right? Yeah.
So the guys that are working, we can't expect them to give up Saturday,
sure,
to do this, for a 20-minute set, So right now, there's enough talent here that
Oh yeah,
we'll
it's
always
a great
miss
lineup.
Tom Sanfilippo, but we're not gonna. The show will be fine without him. You can miss one every couple of years. The only guys that this will be it now. Dave Christian and he usually plays it Finally Balanced, okay? But Dave, and I don't know if he wants anyone to notice, but of course I will gossip it out there, has now gotten some hearing issues, all right?
Oh, wow.
He plays, and Finally Balanced, has, they're a loud band. They're dynamic, must be played loud. So Dave can't even handle that anymore. He just can't do it very often. And, it's going to be a 4-day recovery for him if he does it with them. So he'll be in there where, trying to get into the acoustic thing. But finally balanced until this will be the first. They're not on there, right? So this will be the first year as a band that they are not playing as finely balanced.
Right.
And at this point, they were the only band
That did every one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everybody did. There's guys that did 26 of them. There's guys that did 25, but 24 of them, whatever. But finally balanced is the only guys that did all 26.
Jeez.
They did the 26.
And is this the first one Tom's missing or no? He's missed other ones?
I think he's missed different ones, yeah. But he's,
he has?
he's
Okay,
always,
so-
but he, again, it's not like he. It's not like he just started being Tom Sanfilippo. He's been Tom Sanfilippo the whole ride. And it's just you can't get everybody in. You know? And there's a whole bunch of guys on this list that are missing. There's a whole bunch of guys that had previous engagements, and but like I said, whoever didn't make it, on the previous years, there was somebody taking their spot and happy to get it.
Sure.
So we're gonna be fine.
It'll be fun.
Did
we mention drink specials and surprise giveaways during each?
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
So let's talk about that part. There'll be a Chinese auction, elephant auction, whatever the hell you call it, some kind of auction.
Bounty Monet, that's me.
Yeah, that Tony will be doing.
Give me the Monet.
There's gonna be stage raffles, and what we like to do is anybody. So people, if you pay for you people out there, that are homeschooling right now, let's pay attention to this. At some point every time there's a band, I will be announcing the bands, and each time a band goes on, somebody gave me something to
clap.
Gave me something to raffle off. Gave me a hat, a beanie, a banner. So what we'll do is we'll introduce their brand at that juncture, and if it's a liquor company that was helping us out, or a wine, and so here's what we're gonna do for the next half hour, or the next band or the next two bands, we're gonna be doing this product on special.
Right.
There's no glassware in the bar, so if you want a glass, we'll be doing glasses from the bar. So maybe Sand City, who took care of us, because they're great guys. Sand City, get your beer there. Shameless self-promotion. I'll use them, and I'll say, hey, all right, if you want a glass to drink out of, come up here, give me $10. You get this glass, and you can go fill it with Sand City right now. And this goes in the envelope for the charity.
Nice.
And that's how we raise the dough. And look, like I said, we don't get as much money as everyone thinks. The place is packed, but everything's $1 raffle.
Right.
Everyone's like selling shit that you don't need. And one of the great phenomenons of this particular event is how much shit is going to be left in the building by people. They don't spend the money trying to win this stuff, and then they leave it there for months. So it's not as cool as nobody gives a shit. I like to make this announcement. When I'll make it here, this is what I do from the stage every year. Please generously give over to Tony and win some stuff that you're just gonna have cluttering up your living room and throw out soon, because that's exactly what you're gonna do.
Right.
I had in 1 year, so I'll give you some of the weird things that have gone on there from the stage. 1 year, when the French wouldn't allow us to fly over and bomb Libya, we're very political. We decided that we would raffle off a bottle of French wine, which we got like $150 for, to pour into the urinal. So, yeah, you go, thank you.
We should have made that a pay-per-view.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah,
wow.
and so there's always
$150.
Yeah, some guy walked over, gave us the auctioning it while and behind me they're setting up the bands. This guy walks over, he's like, "Here you go, man. I want that." Wow. The happiest guy, the one guy that actually got to use the thing he won.
Are they doing that this year with Bud Light?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
you know what?
Here's a separate story.
Here's a fight I'm not getting in.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I would like to teach Bud Light a huge lesson here. When you're up to your nose in shit, keep your mouth shut. Okay, like what are you doing, man?
It's true.
It's not. Look, I have no.
No skin in the
this
fight.
game,
Right.
but like, dudes, keep politics out of beer.
Right.
Because somebody out there is going to make it a problem.
They should have learned what happened with sports.
Right.
They should have learned what happened with Montauk Brewery, what happened with Bronx Brewery, like, and at a smaller level because they were just coming up. Like the guy, at least the guys from Montauk were like, "Whoa, it wasn't us, it was that guy." They got out of it, and then they had a powerful brand, But Anheuser-Busch, who has the most incredible marketing team in the history of marketing teams.
Yeah, absolutely right.
How do they trip over their cocks like this? I don't understand.
Right.
That just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So and what it's been is for guys like you and me, like this is the greatest thing that ever happened. It's one bad joke after another.
Right.
Yep. And I could care, about any of that stuff, but. I'm not getting into a brawl. We bust this one guy that comes to the bar. He's a great guy. Bud Light Billy, we call him. He's a great, great dude. But because that's his beer. That's what he drinks all the time. So he has been taking it in a can.
Yep.
For like 2 weeks now. Just brutal.
And how is that affecting? At the bar, like less people ordering that now, or
I just had this discussion with somebody else about is it affecting the numbers on the on-premise thing, and I haven't been able to evaluate that yet. I don't think that because
it's not stopping people from going out. They might just be getting a different beer. Right?
What it hasn't stopped people. Like, let me just tell you, to be completely honest, like 80% of the population doesn't even know about this.
Right.
Like, if you're not watching, Fox and CNN all day, you have no idea about this, and nor do you care.
Right.
Hey man, give me a Bud Light. Did you hear about
the beer?
Did you hear about Dylan Mulvaney? No, I don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is. I did not know
Joe Biden visited in Ireland this past week.
Yeah, I don't
probably.
Yeah, he's the guy who runs the country there.
I don't know. I didn't know who. I had no idea who this person was. I have no. Again, like I don't know who it is. Have a party. I'm not, I sell beer. I sell beer. Like keep this stuff out of the way. And I don't understand how. The best one I heard, did you hear the Real Men of Genius one? Remember Budweiser had the campaign with Real Men of Genius.
Right.
Here's to you, marketing guy. I almost wet myself. It was unbelievable. So anyway, back to the actual benefit. There's so many things that we had a Jack Daniels thing on the wall that we raffled off for 12 years. So the first year we raffled it off, nobody picks it up. So it's still on the wall. Second year, somebody took it with them and brought it back because the wife didn't want it in the house. Third year it was on the wall. We raffled it off again. Nobody took it. So it got to the point where what we would do with it was raffle it off and tell you couldn't have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you look to the right, you will see a Jack Daniels light up banner over there. I know everybody wants, but you will get the right to say that you want it. We will not give it to you. What? Yeah, it's a $5 ticket. And guys would come up and I want to win it.
Right.
So you can say you want it and then leave it there.
We'll write your name on a post-it and tape it right underneath it. Yeah.
That's yours. You can say you want it for a whole year. So
that's funny.
Yeah, this is the kind of shenanigans. One year we had when the Osama bin Laden was a popular player on the news media.
Yeah,
we had the Kahlua guys gave us a piñata. So there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of very talented people that come through the friendly confines of Mr. Beery's. And one of them took the piñata, it was a monkey, and turned it into Osama bin Laden, with a turban on it. So now, and like things we're never going to do again. Okay, there's some things we just learned the hard way we can't do.
Yeah.
So I put it on a stick, and I held it out from the stage, and guys were taking swings at it with another stick. And I'm like, what am I doing? And finally just threw it on the floor and let everyone just kick it to death. Here you go. Because someone was going to get hit in the head.
Right. Alcohol and big sticks.
Not a favorable.
Yeah, exactly.
Not exactly favorable.
Did you know? Speaking of, did you know that Saddam Hussein has the same birthday as you?
As us?
As us. We have the same birthday.
Is that right?
Yeah. But yeah.
That was still a classic day. Went over to now we shifted to Challenger Baseball, but
right.
We introduced. Obviously we knew each other's faces. We're hanging out, and some kid came up. Happy birthday, Coach Stone. We turned around and went, "Thank you." Then we looked at each other and we're like, "No."
Yeah, that was kind of weird. In the annals of shameless self-promotion, there we go. There's a 27. See that?
Yeah, let's pull this up. I got you situated here.
Tony's the best.
He is. He's on it, man. I was saying that before you came in on the air. Tony's the best baseball coach.
So here, you know what the cool part about this? These guys, the Sunday morning guys, Saturday morning band, they wanted to go last. And we've had problems, previously in previous years. You want, for 30 years you watch how things change, and it's really telling. Like the night crowd, guys who wants to be home at 11:30.
Right.
We would be in there years ago, and the late great Crispy Chicken ran the what the hell was the name of the guys again? Holy cow! I can't believe I just brain farted on that. What was the name of the band? Rainbow Trout.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Dave Diamond, Rainbow. Yeah. Everybody.
Dave's been in there a
Dooley,
few times. Yeah.
And what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. Great guitar player. Holy cow.
Joe Satriani.
No, this guy's in the same wheelhouse as him. He's great. I will get his name in a moment. But Billy Titus, fantastic, and everybody. The band was really put together well, and they did funk, which was the order of the day back then.
Right.
And they would demand to go on last. And last meant last. They were penciled in at 3 a.m.
Right, right.
That was it. We always went to that. And one year, we run late, because back before we had Longo, we were always running late. And they come on at the lights are on, and here they're going to come on the stage now. And they're not playing. The place, you can't get a piece of paper in it. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no room for anybody else in there. And these guys go on the stage, and you're playing last. The reason you play last is because you get more time.
Right.
So, when we were sweating it out there, everyone's like, what are we going to do? We're going to stay open? I'm like, look, you got to roll the dice. Who's going to come in here and shut down a fundraiser with as many people in it for this reason? We got to just roll the dice on this one. And they played till about 6 a.m.
Wow!
And it was pumping. It was just off the rails. You couldn't get guys to do that now at gunpoint.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The Trout guys did it more than once. They were notorious. Like, we did a New Year's Eve party. They show up at 6 a.m. The band shows up at 6 a.m. and the place goes berserk. We got the all night license back then.
Right.
But New Year's Eve. Have you been out on a New Year's Eve? No, because you went home, you watched the ball, you went to bed.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot about late night partying. So I'm watching the trends go with some of the younger guys that are starting to come out a little more. So that's nice. What else I got going on this week? Can I share that with you too?
Yeah, anything you want.
Do you mind? We got. I'm not going to see that. What does that say? Feel free to help me, man. I'm blind as a guy.
Steve's talking points. Who wrote this? Is this you?
Come on. You just got your coach's talking points.
Absolutely. I owe you an apology, by the way, yesterday. I didn't mean to get all confused with Al and stuff. I just want to make sure these kids were in the right spot. That's all.
Opening day confusion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is what it is. It's great.
Yeah.
We plug in the Challenger Baseball League?
Of course.
We can do that last.
You know, I mean, was that what you're talking about? Are you talking about starting the league?
No, because we just started.
Different.
His daughter, my son, are in
Right. Yeah, the season started yesterday.
What is this?
So this is the 5th annual Russell Blake Cornhole.
Yes.
tournament.
Okay. Yeah. So this year we're doing
Another thing near and dear to us.
The
Fundraiser.
we're working this fundraiser with the TUI Giving Foundation. We're going to, use them as our conduit to take care of everybody. We're also doing with the TUI Giving Foundation. We're going to be doing the Russell. What's his name? Blake. Russell Blake Cornhole Tournament. Now we've done this a bunch of times too, and this we do for Beacon House.
Oh,
Beacon, which is a veteran support group.
Right.
And, I've heard of Beacon House. Maybe through you guys. Okay.
Beacon House, the TUI family is really into them and taking care of it. At the cornhole tournament, everyone brings food, soap, linen. I don't know what this is.
Well, you could either pay to participate when they give out prizes too in a cornhole tournament. It's $50 per team. Or if you just show up, you could either bring donations du jour, which in this case I think they're going for soap and like paper goods and stuff to help the misplaced veterans on Long Island.
What is it TUI group?
You can just bring a $10 cash donation and they'll do the shopping.
You got to see if you get a minute and you listen to this, go on your Fage Libre and find the TUI and see how much stuff actually goes to them. We had like
the first year we did this, John and his wife Tricia set this up, and they were like, well, we're going to bring some stuff, and they were like, okay, we've heard this before. Okay. We had like 4 or 5 van loads, including when we pulled in, they were like, you could just put it on the coffee table here, and I'm like, no. The
next year,
how many more rooms do you got?
Yeah, right.
They had tears in their eyes because we just kept offloading. And I says,
that was the food year. What about the soap year? The soap year, we could have washed everybody in the army.
I couldn't get that smell out of my van.
Well, at least it's soap.
Could have washed the whole military complex.
And you're playing cornhole in the bar or out back?
We got
in the back.
A parking lot in the back, so we set the things up along the fence and. But it's a good time. It's 20 teams playing, so that it does a.
With your $10 donation, you get a beer and a hot dog.
Oh, nice.
So just come down, spend
it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's fun.
And then when is this?
This is what date is it?
It is. I will tell you in a second.
While you're doing that, I'm going to tell them about what's going on this week at Mr. Beery's.
I sense a jingle needed.
Yeah, right.
This week at Mr. Beery's.
This week at Mr. Beery's. We also have the halfway to Halloween party. So
that's why you got the Indiana Jones thing going on?
That's right. Halfway to Halloween. That's Noreen's little baby. That's one of our bartender's girls. And she put this one together. There's going to be I think it's Go Big and... So a couple of like ska guys coming. It's gonna be a good one.
That's
and there's no. This is with the guys from that emo karaoke guys. This is gonna be a fun.
Emo karaoke.
Yeah, they
do.
Maybe I'm using the wrong term. What do you call? I guess it's nouveau punk, like Blink 182, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's emo, isn't it? I think so. Yeah.
So they do that, and. The audience gets to sing with them, so it's a pretty cool situation with that, and that's Noreen put that one together. Little shout out to you, Nor. That should be a absolute Thursday. Just because I'm skipping around because I suck at rules. The Half Step, Tommy's other band, will be there doing the 420 show.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it should be an interesting afternoon.
Yeah.
And everybody listening to some Grateful Dead. That should be a fun one. They always fill the place up, and it's always real good people. You can't say enough good things about people that are Grateful Dead fans because they're so goddamn chill. Just like nothing bothers them. Like try to get one of them to comment on Dylan Mulvey.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They'll be like, what? Did he
Cool
play on a
dude.
Jerry album?
Did he
Who is
jam
that?
with Jerry?
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, and I've told the story before on this show. Years ago, and I don't know, you got the place in Bethpage, so you might remember up where Lowe's is now. Remember, it used to be a supermarket on 107 there. It used to be a supermarket. It's now Lowe's.
Right.
There used to be a place in there in the 90s that sold compact discs. Purple Haze Music, it was called. Now, one of my buddies was one of the owners. A buddy of mine was one of the owners. So I used to work there just to help him out and stuff. And they had a Ticketmaster machine back in the day of Ticketmaster. One day there were Islanders season tickets going on sale the same day Dead tickets were going on sale, I think, for the Coliseum, or they were probably like 5 nights or whatever it was. So we had to kind of like split it like that, and that's what I was doing there to help out. I was working the line outside, sending people like 2 at a time to buy their tickets and whatnot. But we would try to send in 2 Islander fans. All right, 2 Grateful Dead, and we would go back and forth to try. We didn't know how else to do it, to be fair. But again, this is back in the day of, it wasn't fast internet. This is, I need 5 minutes to switch from one template to the other and, get into the system. These Grateful Dead fans, they were going to kill me. They were furious. The Islander fans were the ones that were chill, just sitting there. Probably they get pucks to the head or something. They don't know what they're just. They didn't care. The Dead fans, I swear to you, I didn't think I was getting out of there alive that day.
The early days before the mail order tickets.
Right, yeah, all that stuff. This was still the day when people slept outside.
In Flushing, at the old Ticketmaster Ticketron outlet.
Yeah.
And if you weren't one of the first 10 people in, you didn't get a ticket.
Right,
It took forever for that machine to cut them out, and they would lock the door.
Right.
Meanwhile, you hear the machine going, so they were running out runs of tickets for themselves to scalp.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The good old days.
But yeah, I would sleep overnight trying to get Met tickets or Clapton tickets or something. Absolutely,
It was part of the experience.
It was fun, man. You'd hang out online, bullshit with people,
I
right?
would call friends in different cities. Hey,
right.
Go to your local Ticketmaster.
Right.
Do me a favor.
Right. Tell me what you
mail
got.
them back.
Right.
I don't think I ever waited on. If you weren't getting me a ticket, I wasn't done. And now I'm,
Steve, I don't picture you sleeping on the sidewalk.
Yeah, now, like Tui says to me, he says, your secret power is no matter where we go, you get a chair. Because there's no way. At this point, I'm just too old to be
now it would be
dealing
hard.
with any
Yeah.
of this stuff. So, if I'm going, my son's like, you're going to go to Peach Fest with me? I'm like, what do you think I want to do with Peach Fest, buddy?
Peach Fest?
Peach Fest. Okay, it's like, mini
Outdoor
Woodstock
festivals.
kind of thing,
okay,
where everyone
all right.
smells like ass, which was really cool back in, when I was a kid. Okay?
No more.
I can't do that anymore. I need a motel room.
It is, and it's a long day, man.
chair.
It's like even going to the
Need somebody
concerts
rolling
now.
joints for me. I can't
Right.
even do
You
that
got one
myself.
original guy back in the band. Right? You go to the Paramount
Right.
or the Space or anything. Great, there's one guy left in the band. What? I got to stand? General admission on the floor?
No way.
Nah.
Yep, it's true. It's
Give me a
true.
chair.
Donahue taught me the trick to that. We walk in and, it's general admission. Everyone's on the floor. And I'm like, oh, shit, man, I don't want to do this. I'm ready to just go. I'm going back to the tavern. Find a bar. I'm going over there. And Donahue walks over. I don't even see where he went. He greases somebody over at the table. You got any VIP stuff left? Yeah, we do. And it's discounted down because nobody bought it.
Right, it's the day of the show,
There you
right.
go. Yep, go in there. Like,
Nice.
holy shit. I love you. You're so much smarter than me. I'm standing there looking for somebody I know. I think that nobody took those seats.
That's great.
So we got so halfway to Halloween, 420 is half step, and then
Which is a Thursday.
The blessed event is Saturday.
Right.
So
Very nice.
that's where we're at on that.
And you've looked.
And
Go
the
ahead.
cornhole tournament, if I get into
Oh, yeah.
Sunday, May 7th.
Oh, all right. So it's all
starting at
coming up.
12:30.
Yeah.
Wow, you
Get
guys
there
don't even
little
take
early
a
to
break,
register.
man. You just one thing to the other.
No, it's
Holy
I
moly.
recommend going to Mr. Beery's Facebook page, check out the events.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
And
May
just
7th, that's
pre-register. It's
Sunday?
a Sunday afternoon,
Oh.
12:30.
12:30.
And
So
like I say, if you register in advance, it's $50 for a team of 2 for the cornhole tournament. And if you show up at the door, it's $65. And if you just want to show up that day and contribute and participate, it's $10, and you get a hot dog and a beer. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
You going? So I guess you're going there after baseball, or yeah.
Yes,
So
I always manage to catch the tail end.
I think I'm going to put a team together this year.
There you go. I could picture you.
I don't like playing.
Flinging the bat.
why don't we? Yeah, why don't we get the Challenger coaches team?
Well, the problem is we need them because we have our kids that day.
Well,
They're starting at 12:30. We start at.
Yeah, 3. So we can't go after.
Well, what happens if we keep winning? Oh, after by the time we're there, it'll be done by what 4:30.
Oh, it'll end that early.
We don't know.
Sometimes it runs late. You know.
Right.
As long as the sun's out, everyone's out there playing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a good one last year.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like fun.
It is a hoot.
It actually.
Yeah.
The parking lot's all lined.
Right.
Yeah, well, well, now, okay, we gotta
Things have been changing.
put the disclaimers in because we don't know how things are going to be logistically now due to the fact that the pandemic was on. When we talked about all the freedoms they took, we forgot about all the freedoms that we were able to, exploit. Okay?
Right.
We're allowed outside now. And I think it showed the entire world that, letting people govern themselves is pretty cool. However, that is coming to a screeching halt. Like,
Yeah.
we want you inside. We don't want you out in the park. Like, that's going to happen soon. And everybody who's got a tent outside that was, learning like, oh, this is wonderful, is now going to get jammed up with that. So I don't want to tell any false tales because I don't know what's coming down the pipe. I can feel the heat from the meteor on the back of my neck. I just don't want to get hit by it now. So.
Or is it just the heat coming from the new burger joint next door?
Yeah, they're closed again.
They're closed?
Yeah.
Jeez, that didn't last long, huh?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Something about that spot.
Something's going in
well,
there
the
now.
diner lasted a long time.
Yeah. I was there for eternity.
Yeah. Wow. I was just saying the other day I wanted to go check out this new burger place.
They're gone
Jeez.
again.
Wow.
There's somebody else working it, but I don't know what.
But that's one thing I was thinking about before. You've been fortunate, too, with being able to do things in the parking lot. Like the other stores, the other businesses, right? They don't bust your balls, right?
The
They're
other
like-
businesses are closed. It's just me and the.
nothing
Yeah,
there.
but I'm saying,
Yeah.
but currently even,
Yeah.
Like since the pandemic or even before,
because
like
it's just me and the pool guys.
Yeah, the business.
The guys from
owners,
Brothers
they get
3.
along.
Here's a shit. And remember, get your pool supplies at Brothers 3.
That's it.
I'm gonna throw
Another plug.
little shameless plug out there for my pals next door. Brothers 3, where they make pools. Yeah, those guys were doing great, because now you're watching in real time things changing. Like their storefront was always guys coming in buying their pools. Now they do in-ground pools now.
Yeah.
And they're killing it because everybody during the pandemic needed a pool. Yeah, needed one right away.
right.
So they did real well during that, and God bless them because they didn't stop working. Like they did not stop working for 1 second
Yeah.
from 2020 on, and they're probably slowing down a little now because I'm pretty sure everyone on Earth has a pool from them. But
Right.
it was good and bad at the same time. These guys were burnt to a crackly crisp. But they're the only guys in the shopping center with us now. There's a nail place which is there's 2 cars go there at a time.
Yeah, right.
And there's a Japanese sushi place on the corner where
They love you a long time.
yeah they get
We're getting a call. No, I'm not taking that one. Sorry.
oh I thought we were having live people.
No, I know who it is.
I was really excited.
Call. It's has nothing to do with you guys. Call tomorrow if you're watching. He called tomorrow. Go ahead. Sorry.
But so it's been us and them in the parking lot. So and during the pandemic, I mean, we were out there shooting movies on a big screen. We had to keep us going. We were actually in the bar with nobody in it.
Right.
Have a band playing, film them, and shoot the thing live outside
Wow.
into the parking lot. So there was some music. And so
Right.
the bands would have to play in front of no one.
Right.
and do their show knowing that people were outside watching it on a big screen. I never saw something more ridiculous than this in my life.
I went to one of those shows where you had to stay in your car, and instead of clapping, you honked your horn.
Yep.
It was like halfway through. I'm like, what is this? This is ridiculous.
We had a story about that. We were outside, and the state liquor authority's in your pail every night. It was getting a little bad. So I set up we set up the outside thing. So guys are sitting down outside, and the state liquor authority said they don't know what they're doing yet either. They know what they're supposed to be.
Nobody
doing,
knew what they were doing,
and they don't know how to enforce this shit. So they come up, and the guy says to me, "Look, appreciate what you're doing here." He goes, "But so we can be clear, it's got to be a drive-in." I'm like, oh, "Come on, man, we're outside."
Right.
So the guy said, "Do me a favor, back your trucks up, let everyone sit on the back of the trucks. That's what'll be, and then we're good." I said, "So, as long as we can still be outside, as long as we're sitting around the truck, like what are you doing?"
Right.
It was just, it didn't make any sense.
It didn't make sense, but at least let's do it.
We're doing it.
Everybody's covered. Right.
I had one night they came in and I now this is going on weeks and months and shit, and there's a point when even guys that are patient have run out of patience.
Right.
And they pull up and they're going to do the check again. They were there the night before. Now they're back. I said, "Look, there's hand sanitizer there." I said, "There's door guys here protecting there." I said, "I got lines drawn in the parking lot all over. No one's here. We did a play in the parking lot. Yeah, everyone's got soup. We did everything. I said, we are in compliance at every single impasse you guys have put on us. What are you doing here?" He says, "Just giving you a good mark." Like he was.
Right.
He says to my son, he goes, "I'm going to write you guys a letter to say that you were compliant." Like gave us, I was like, okay,
right.
That's cool. Gave us the letter of compliance because we did everything we could possibly do, and I'm redlining. The guy's over like, what now? What's wrong with you guys? Right. How do you expect me to stay in business?
Right, stay in business and stay sane through all that craziness.
Look, again, this goes back to 30 years of Mr. Beery. There is no way for me to emphasize how important our customer base was during this. We were out of business.
Right.
Okay? Out of business. There's no...
Right, everybody was. This building was closed for over a year.
And these guys came, and first, we started out standing in the parking lot, guys buying drinks to go. Everybody did everything. It was a GoFundMe page to keep us, in working capital. And everyone got it. We had 75 bands. 75 bands donated a song to a tape that we made. It looks like a tape.
It's a cassette.
It's
a
cassette
case
tape
with a thumb drive.
That's a cool idea.
Preloaded with everybody's music.
All of the 75 bands gave us a song, and that is what we. So if you went on the GoFundMe page and sent us money, we sent you a tape.
Oh, that's cool.
Or and there was we had shareholder shirts made up for them.
That's funny.
It was really probably one of the most creative times.
Right.
That we could have had.
Oh yeah, everybody got creative. Yeah,
amazing.
They had the time and just trying to make something work. Yeah.
But if I never have to experience anything like that again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, absolutely right, man. Absolutely. Is this the first time I'm seeing you in here since? It's not, is it? It hasn't been that long since you guys have been in here, has it?
No,
all right.
What's
2 years?
What's the
2 years?
What's the what's her name?
Sally.
Sally. We were there with Sally and Sam Filippo.
Oh, with Tom's show. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Been on that a couple of times since then, but
right.
The last time I think we were here was with Dave, George, and Tommy.
Yeah, and that was 2 years ago.
And me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Time freaking
Amazing
flies,
that you're
man.
still this good looking.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Figures that it's you saying it, not some hottie.
Caught between two tones.
Yeah, it's a Tony sandwich.
Ooga!
Yeah, yay, Tony sandwich.
Better than a sushi sandwich.
Wow.
Let's get back to.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, we talked about 420, which is a Thursday, but normally what do we have on Thursday nights?
Open mic, Tony.
And we were talking about Long Island's talent.
Yes, we got a whole bunch of. Mike's been trying to do trying to get a full band to open up open mic. Now.
Oh, wow.
Come in and do a 5-piece come in and do their original stuff, and then the open mic. Open mic is
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
Sometimes you come across a gem.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're like, wow, that was really
Sometimes I want to take
kid?
an ice pick and drive it through my ear.
And is it just music, or do you get?
We get some comedians.
Yeah,
you know.
and then
It's a
because that's
hard
why I
room, no,
asked.
like-
I think
like,
is that how Travis kind of got
well,
involved or
you
got to
gotta
know you?
I had the other place in East Rockaway, which is now defunct, but
Oh,
that
okay.
had a small stage and a spot where you could keep the audience captive. There's like a wall there. But if you ever want to do comedy, Mr. Beery's proper is a very you got to have yourself be on your game. You can't
Right.
come in there and think that you can have a 38-foot bar, 9 televisions,
Right.
People,
Right.
playing video games in their pocket. It's a hard place to keep the attention span going. Unless you're sitting right in front of the stage, you got to be a very, very strong comedian.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I think I kept their attention when I
you
did the trivia.
Right. You know what I'm talking about, but
Oh, it was tough. It was very tough.
It's not an easy place.
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Yeah, you got to be good.
Yeah.
You can't be half-assing it up there. So if you got good material and you know how to get your voice out there, you'll be all right. But any one factor will destroy you. Like if you got a little meek voice, your material can be as funny as hell.
Right.
If you're not booming in their ear, they're not hearing you.
Right.
If you're not funny,
Expect the hecklers.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even hecklers. It's more like, hey, get off the stage.
You suck.
What the hell's wrong? You suck. And that's and
Some
we have
people
a really
need that.
nice crowd in there that is very accepting, but like it's hard when you're up there and nobody's listening to you at all.
Right.
People just kind of talking that's when you.
But that's a bar show.
Yeah, you're better off. You're almost better when guys are yelling at you. At least they're paying attention.
Yeah,
You
right,
suck.
right. Well, they listened. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's open mic. And so do you have a band hosting it or no?
I don't know who we got this week, but Mike's
It's all rotating.
Oh, it's a different band every week that hosts. Oh, that's a good
whoever
idea.
Gets to come in, and then you do the regular open mic. And there's some guys that come in there that are just killer.
Yeah.
And you wonder why they're not playing out all the time. And then there's some guys in there that you want to just go, hey man, is there any way you could go home and practice a little more? Hey, get in the shed. You stink.
This is their baby.
And we
steps.
talked
There you
about.
go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We talked about crispy chicken before, so
Yeah.
over the years, like Thursday night open mic's been going on for 30 years at Mr. Beery since we learned how to do it. We've been doing it. Been a couple of dry patches where we have to find a new facilitator. Longo, again, the best guy ever. Crispy Chicken comes in, and Crispy Chicken's a musician's musician. If you play music and Crispy's there, you better be good at it. He passed away a few years ago, but this is a great tribute to like how he was. He's facilitating open mic for me, and he goes on to say, so it becomes more of instead of open mic, it's more of the Crispy Chicken Invitational. So guys will come up on the stage, and you better be a killer if you're going to play with him.
Right.
If you're not good enough, you should recognize your skills and step off. Okay?
Right,
Do
right.
not walk on the stage with this guy, and he's a general on the stage. He's the guy. This kid goes on the stage, and he stinks. Kid is not even like he just stinks. But he thinks he's okay.
Right.
So he goes up, he plugs in, he's going to play with these guys. And he's doing the face. He's getting ready to go. He starts rolling in, and he plays about 10 bars, and Chris goes, stop, everybody stop it, stop. Stops the band. He turns around, he goes, get off the stage. Guy's like, what? He goes, get off the stage, get yourself in the shed, and don't come back until you can play. Get off the stage.
Holy
I'm like,
crap.
what the fuck? So off the guy goes, and I'm sure the guy never played again.
Right.
But after that, I'm like, dude, I said, this is open mic. I go, you gotta give. He goes, no way, not doing it. You know,
I'm with you, but I would be laughing. I'm a prick. I'd laugh.
It was torturous, but I mean, I didn't know how to.
Holy shit.
Chris, you gotta be. I don't have to do anything. Okay, I guess you don't. You know.
It's like the Gong Show.
Oh yeah, it was worse than the Gong Show. It was the embarrassment show. I'm stopping the show. Wow. You stink. Get off the stage.
Holy shit.
Oh, the guy was crushed.
That's fantastic.
I don't know what to say. Clearly, I don't know what to say because I don't want to agree with the guy in front of you, but you still kind of stink. But there's no hiding anymore.
Right.
You've been exposed. It's here we go. We're gonna be honest about this. You rot.
Wow.
Well, from the Gong Show, let's go to the Tom Show. And what do we have on Fridays?
Way to go, Tony. You keep me focused. I have the attention span of a moth. I need Tony with me at all times.
No, it's perfect because we only have 5 minutes left, so that's good.
Tom Sanfilippo will be there on Friday, as he is every Friday.
Most of the time.
Well, every Friday that he wants to be there. He doesn't have 13 other gigs. But Tom, he'll be there on Friday doing an acoustic set.
And Tom also does Flip Tracks
tonight at 8 o'clock on our
8 o'clock
on our YouTube channel.
Yes,
You coming tonight? You bringing the harmonica?
There you go.
I don't know. I'll talk to Tommy. I don't know if
he has a guest.
He wants me here.
So what? Show up anyway.
He gets to see me like 5 times a month. He's probably sick of me by this time anyway.
Wow, so you got all sorts of good stuff going on.
Yeah, well, other fun things that we have left to talk about.
Yeah, what's going on?
The Whiskey of the Day Club.
Oh, you know what?
And Beer Club.
I don't know if this is when's going off. We have not, just so we can, and I'm going to plug this even though I don't know if it's going to material.
The June material? The June meeting?
What?
The June meeting?
For Beer Club? Oh, yeah. That's the Mexico took care of that. Sorry, mumbling. Was supposed to. Scotty, that was the sound guy for the all the Grateful Dead guys. The Dog Store guys and the Half Step guys and everybody that's involved in that circuit. He was a huge part of the Grateful Dead
Long Island scene.
He was a big cat in there. So they were doing a benefit for him with Half Step doing the show on Cinco de Mayo. I do not know what the status of that is at this juncture. I would like to be able to share that, but it could be 2 weeks with Half Step in the bar. So if you're listening to this, please contact us. I will have more information about this by the end of the day.
And how do they keep in touch? Facebook or website? What do you got?
Yeah, telephone. We still got those things. So you can go on the website. You can go on the Facebook thing. You can get to me. You can walk in the door. That's usually the best way. Cause then I'll be sitting in the corner wondering what you're doing there. How are you? But we still like that face-to-face thing.
I hear you. I hear you.
Like we love the radio and we love the Fage Libre, which pretty much is either people believe that they're actually talking to God, or it's a giant obituary. I haven't figured out what Facebook really means to me now. I don't understand it. Like you're actually talking to people that hear you. I don't know. I love when the thing works. I'm a huge fan of it. Watching when it's working.
Yeah, sure.
But I hate it when it doesn't. And I hate the barrage of dead people every week. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Remember when guys died and you didn't hear about it for like 8 years?
Right, yes. Whatever happened to so-and-so?
Oh,
he died. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
Yep.
Now it's, immediate gratification. Speaking of which, before we go, last one, there's a show at the end of the month, April 27th, 28th. That's the Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday.
28th is Friday.
The late, great...
We should know.
Yeah.
The late, great Donnie Ramone. For those guys who know who I'm talking about, just passed away a couple of weeks ago. And
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he was a huge, huge piece of the the social fabric of Mr. Beery's. He was there forever.
Wow.
He supported every band on Long Island. He would be at my bar every night for every show and still be at everybody else's bar every night for every show. So there must have been a clone of Donnie. Everybody loved Donnie. He was an impossible guy not to like. He was up-tempo about everything. He was just a band guy's band guy. He played the drums in the Ramon cover band called the Ramones. Right, Ramones is him?
Ramones,
right?
yeah.
Right. And he had this big show he's been waiting to do for years. So he put together this Metal Madness show for April 27th to 28th. It's going to be 2 o'clock start on both days, 4 o'clock start on both days. And it's going to be, a 15 band each day party. It's going to be insane. And
this is also at your place?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my
and this was,
goodness.
This was Donnie's dream party.
Right.
And it's going to be really sad, but we're going to get this one done. And when's the date for Shawnee's thing with him? Because the Jones Crusher guys are hosting a show, which everyone's going to do a Ramones song.
Oh, that's cool.
Donnie,
right.
Including me. I don't know which one I'm doing. It's going to be the most obscure one I can find.
Oh, wow.
That no one else will play. And I'm definitely going to make Sean and Kavanaugh play it with me, just so we can be clear. There'll be some guys that have come through the room that know about that. So the 27th, 28th, it's going to be, for those guys who like some aggressive stuff, this is going to be a circus for 2 days. 2-day circus. So
nice. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I'm like floored how much you got going on over there.
Yeah.
Well, this is the perfect lead-in. MrBeery's.com.
There you go.
Okay, or search Mr. Beery's on Facebook, and we'll always have you posted on to what's coming because
you can't have fun with us.
You can't have fun.
Very nice. All right, cool. Very nice. And of course,
we'll see everybody this Sunday.
Right,
The
this
event,
Sunday.
This is
Right.
the flyer.
Yep, cystic fibrosis.
27th years.
I'm never doing a show without Tony again,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Where would you have been today without him? We would have been sitting here just staring at each other.
Hi. This is cool.
Go there this Sunday. It's a great place, great band. It's a fun place, and support a great cause. Like you said, it doesn't, it's not life-changing money, but every bit counts, and it's good to raise awareness, and it's great stuff. So head on over to Mr. Beery's this Sunday, and then keep tabs on their calendar because they got a whole ton of great stuff going on there. Very nice. Good to see you again, pal. Thanks. Glad you made it. Thank you, pal.
Really appreciate you having us on.
Anytime. And Sam Filippo, I will be yelling at you tonight for not being in here today. That's tonight at 8 o'clock on the YouTube channel, Flip Tracks with Tom Sanfilippo. And then before that, Steve Squared, also on the YouTube channel. That's at 6:30. And then that's it for us. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11. We got Hugh will be here, and we'll be doing some trivia. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks again, Tony Chirronno and Steve Beery right here. All right, guys. We'll see you.